Okay, hello, good day sa lahat. So ito yung topic natin about the nature of financial management. Okay, so ito yung mga objectives natin wherein kailangan nating ma-discuss at the end of the discussion. Now, specifically, we need to calculate or we have to learn on how to calculate simple interest and compound interest. Then also, we have to determine or we have to discuss annuity due, sinking funds, and amortization. Okay, so before tayo mag-start, let us have these terms muna. Now, let's identify these terms kasi kailangan natin ito. First, we have interest. Pag sinabi nating interest, ito yung additional or ito yung amount na kailangang bayaran ni borrower. No? Pag sinabi nating amount na kailangang bayaran ni borrower, ito yung, kumbaga, tubo nung hiniram ni borrower or ni debtor. Like, for example, nanghiram si debtor or si borrower sa bank ng 100,000 pesos with an interest rate of 10%. So, yung 10% ng 100 pesos, no, that is the interest. No, the 10% is not the interest but the interest rate. Okay? Then we also have the principal or present value. Pag sinabi nating principal or present value, ito yung pera na hiniram ni borrower or ni debtor from the bank or from another individual. Dun sa example natin kanina, no, let's say nanghiram si borrower or si debtor sa bank ng 100,000 pesos. That 100,000 pesos is the amount or is the principal or the present value na hiniram ni borrower from the bank. Okay? So let's move on to the very basic no, first topic which is ang simple interest. Okay, sa simple interest, no, in order for us to get the interest or to solve for the interest, we have to follow this formula which is interest is equal to the principal value or the present value times the rate per year or the interest rate times the total number of years, which is T. So if yung numbers natin was represented by days, like for example, no, nanghiram ka ng 100,000 pesos sa bank, no, na kailangan mong bayaran for 150 days. So kapag sinabi nating days, we need to follow these two. No, kapag it's over 365, we are looking for this ordinary simple interest. But if we want to follow 366, then we are looking for the exact simple interest. So there are some cases wherein per month naman yung T natin dyan. No, if that's the case, nang kailangan lang natin gawin is we get the months, like for example, for 6 months, then we have to divide it by 12 because in 1 year we have 12 months. I hope you got the logic behind that. Okay? So how about if we want to find the future value or the maturity value, magkano ba yung babayaran ni borrower or ni debtor in the future? No, included na yung principal amount, yung amount na hiniram niya, and then yung interest. So ito lang yung formula niya. So if you already have the principal amount and the interest, you can just add those two. But if you don't have it yet, you can use the formula P times 1 plus the interest rate times the time. Okay? So yun lang. Follow lang natin yung mga formulas here. So let's apply these formulas to some of the word problems. So we have here an example. So an employee borrows $60,000 for 7 months at an interest rate of 12% per year. So we are asked to find the interest earned and the total amount the borrower or the employee has to pay after 7 months. So in order for us to solve this, all we have to do is to um plug in all our values here, of course, we can say that or we need to determine kung ano yung mga kailangan natin, ano yung given. So yung given natin first is ang principal value. Let's denote that as P, which is equal to 60,000 pesos or dollars. Then for our interest rate naman, or R, is equivalent to 12%. We need to convert this into decimal point. How to convert this? All you have to do is to divide 12 by 100. So that is 12 divided by 100. So that is equal to 0.12. That is our interest rate. Next is how many years or how long na ba kailangan niyang bayaran yung kanyang utang. So, nakalagay dito yung our T is equal to 7 months. Okay, 7 months. So, we need to express this into years. So, magiging 7/12. Okay, that's why we have all of these here. So, let's plug in the values in our formula. I is equal to PRT or the principal value times the rate times the time. So that our principal value is $60,000. Our interest rate is 12% or 0.12 times 7 months over 12 months. So if we're going to calculate this, now we can do step-by-step calculation. First things first, we can get the product of 60,000 and 12.12. So that will be 60,000 times 0.12. So 60,000 times 0.12 is actually equal to 7,200. Now we got the 7,200. What we need to do next is to multiply it by 7/12. So times 7/12. So that is equal to 4,200. So if you can see, the same lang po yung nakuha natin na value. Okay? So now, no, since we already have our interest, we also have our principal amount, which is $60,000. Ang kailangan na lang natin gawin is to add them. So bale, to get the total amount he has to pay at the end of the 7 months, after 7 months, all we have to do is to add 60,000 plus our interest, which is 4,200. So that is equal to 64,200. So if you can notice, the same lang po yung ating kuha na value. However, dito kasi, what we followed was the formula, which is a future value is equal to P times 1 plus RT. Okay? So sinunod kasi natin yan. That's why. But if you already have your interest and your principal amount, pwede mo namang i-add na lang yung dalawa. But if not yet, it would be convenient to use the formula na future value times 1, P is equal to P times 1 plus RT. Okay? So another example here, so to buy a computer, Raquel borrowed $3,000 at 9% interest for 4 years. So the question is, how much money did she have to pay back? So if ito yung question, now we are pertaining to, if you try to notice this sentence here or statement, how much money did she have to pay back? Okay, meaning we are not just looking for the interest, but instead we are looking for the future value of the money borrowed by Raquel. Okay, so we have here, now let's use this formula, but if you want to solve you for the interest, you can actually use this one. Okay, But let's try to use the formula for the future value of the future value. Okay, so that will be P, or the principal amount, times 1 plus RT. So we all know that our P is equal to 3,000 pesos, or our present value or principal amount. Next, constant na po itong 1 dito. Don't worry about that. Constant na po yan. Then our interest rate is equal to 9%, or in decimal that is 0.09. Then for our time is equal to 4 years. Um, Maybe you would wonder, bakit 4 lang sir, not 4 over 12? Remember, no, in years na po ito. Gagawin lang po natin na mag-over 12 or over 366 or 365 if and only if we are looking for like months, no? Ang given natin is months and ang days. So if we try to solve this one, so we have, balik tayo dito, we have 3,000, that is our principal amount, constant ang 1, plus 0.09 times 4. Okay, do the math. Now since you have your calculators naman over there, you will get an amount of $4,080. Okay, so now let's skip this one. So now let's have this example. Now, what I want you to do, everyone, is to answer the following. Okay? If nakaabot ka sa video na to, so I want you to answer A and B and write it on your activity notebook. Deadline will be next week. So this is our part 1. Meron pa tayong part 2 about compound interest. Part 3 about annuity. So dito lang muna, no? See you on our next discussion. Bye!